In today's video, we're going to be talking about the new leaks on the Samsung Galaxy A36 5G. Stay tuned. As you guys can see, this article is from phonearena.com. If you guys would like to read it on your own time, I'll leave a link in the description down below. As you guys can see, the headline says Samsung Galaxy A36 5G key specs leaked via benchmark listing. It says, regardless of whether or not the Galaxy A35 is popular among customers looking for a mid-range phone, Samsung is already planning a sequel. The unannounced Samsung Galaxy A36 5G is supposed to bring a number of upgrades over the predecessor model, while still catering to the same audience that specifically buys mid-range phones. That said, the first details about the Galaxy A36 5G have just been spotted online. The phone recently popped up on Geekbench, which means that we're getting some information about its hardware. The Galaxy A36 5G is listed with model number SM-A366B and runs on Android 15, which is surprising considering that Samsung is struggling to release a beta version of this new Android version. The scores aren't that important, but the screenshot below contains all the info listed on Geekbench, which I'll go ahead and pop on the screen. Now, as far as the hardware goes, things are a bit tricky. The Galaxy A36 5G is equipped with a so-called Parrot chipset, which we believe is the code name for Qualcomm Snapdragon 6 Gen 1 processor. This would kind of be weird since this is a super old processor, but alright. If that proves to be accurate, things aren't looking that good for the Galaxy A36 5G because the Snapdragon 6 Gen 1 was launched 2 years ago, and by the time the phone makes its debut on the market, it will be nearly 3 years old. And of course, this is the benchmarks that we received for the Galaxy A36 5G. We got a single core score of 314 and a multi-core score of 1279. Operating system Android 15. Shows our base frequency and our clusters right there as well. Yeah, that would be super weird if it was the Snapdragon 6 Gen 1. I don't think that's the case though. However, it's possible that the Galaxy A36 5G will use Qualcomm's newer Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 chipset instead, especially since the cores are clocked at 2.4 GHz and 1.8 GHz respectively. In comparison, the Galaxy A35 uses Samsung's homebrew Exynos 1380 chipset, so just about anything from Qualcomm's Snapdragon 6 or 7 family that's been released this year would be considered an upgrade for the Galaxy A36 5G. And just like the Galaxy A35, the sequel will pack at least 6 GB of RAM, but Samsung will probably offer a 8 GB of RAM Model 2. Depending on the upgrades added, Samsung might or might not keep the $370 price tag. And I'm hoping that's going to be a case, and even better if they can release it at $350, that would be great. I know the Galaxy A35 is on sale pretty much everywhere for $350 right now, so to release it at that price would be pretty cool. And it says when it comes to availability, we doubt this will be out until Q1 2025, and of course we're in Q1 now. The year just started. Happy New Year, everybody. The Galaxy A35 5G was released in March, so yeah, it's probably going to release around the same time as the Galaxy A56 5G, so we're probably going to get like a dual release or something pretty close, probably a week or two apart in between those devices. But I'm excited about this device. I'm hoping that it's the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 or maybe a 7th series processor. That would be pretty cool. Let me know in the comment section down below what processor you think the Galaxy A36 5G is going to be using and why. I would really like to know your argument for it. Again, I'm excited about this device. I know the Galaxy A56 or A55 from last year was not released in the US, but the A35 was. So we are most likely going to see the A36 come to the US, which I'm super excited about. Again, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like down below, hit the subscribe button, and if you want more videos just like this one, hit the notification bell to be notified every time I upload. This has been Safan from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.